this marks the release of the second episode of Interspecies Reviewers. Now, as you guys know, when it comes to this show, we don't really take it out serious over here. Like, we're just joking around. It's pretty fun. It's a sexual show, you know what I mean? It's like not safe for work at all. Like, every time you get into the episode, it tells you like, hey yo, if you're not 18, you can't watch this. And look, I'm gonna have to say, if I was comparing this episode to last week's episode, I might have to go and say that I feel like this episode was funnier than last week's. But then again, I don't know. I'll have to overlook it. Like, I don't know. I'll have to like rewatch both episodes to make sure. But I feel like this was also another enjoyable episode. Like, the episode basically took place with like the question of size. Is bigger better? Is smaller better? Or is in the middle just right? And what I love about this is the message throughout the end of the episode. Like, pretty much because look, the main characters, Zell and Stunk, head out to a fairy brothel. And another thing I'm gonna mention about this, I really love how it's so diverse in the series, like with different species. Like, for example, when I was seeing that they had fairy brothels, I was like, bro, but they're so tiny. Like, they were literally so tiny. So I was like, wait, what are you gonna do over here? You know what I mean? It's like fairies. I don't know what's gonna happen, but like they have the fairies, they have like these cowgirls, they got like these demon brothels, like, and I really think it's super cool the fact that, you know, there's like all these different species. Like, it's really interesting, and it just goes to show you guys, another day in the streets for our brave adventurers who are doing a noble expedition. Oh my gosh, I need to chill. But yeah, so pretty much they go to this fairy brothel, and Stunk, like with him, he's the one who is, you know, for big size. He's like, big size is better. Then you have Zell, who's about more like, yeah, in the middle is just right. And then you have this other character with us, a halfling who was just introduced, who's talking about, you know, small is good, you know what I mean, just right, you just gotta be good at pleasing people. Throughout the episode, pretty much Stunk gets the short end of the stick due to the fact that since he's so huge, the fairies cannot take that. So it's like he gets like the worst, I won't even say worst, that's kind of messed up to say like the worst, but he gets like the girls that Zell and the halfling wouldn't take. So pretty much he gets the ones that can handle his size. While you have Zell and the halfling who can have pretty much all the girls in the brothel because they're, you know, they're in the middle category, from middle to small range. So it went to show you maybe size isn't always good, you know what I mean? And I really like the message towards the end about the fact that it's about time and place, because that is a pretty factual message. It is about time and place, you know what I mean? We also got a little bit of backstory on Stunk. We found out that Stunk's father is a nobleman, and he kicked Stunk out of his house, pretty much, like he kicked him out. And when this happened, this is how Stunk became a great adventurer and a reviewer, an interspecies reviewer, and that's pretty much how he went down this path. So it's interesting to see that, you know, before all this stuff occurred, Stunk had this life of being a noble kid. Like, he was noble and holy, kinda. It's like, wait, what happened to you? You know what I mean? I'm wondering as well, why was he kicked out? Because we didn't really get much on that. We just got, oh yeah, he got kicked out, and yeah, this is when he started doing this reviewer mess and whatnot. So that was pretty interesting to get as well. I wonder if they'll give us backstory on that, or they probably won't. But it's good to see that there's still an option and they're trying to get into more depth with their characters. You think to yourself like, wait, this is just a sex show. Like, this is just like an ecchi show with like boobs and fan service and all this unethical things. But I really like how they implemented politics into this. And for example, we find out that in the politics in this world, it's usually run by a monster party. But right now, the orcs are in charge, the orc party. And with the orc party, you get lower taxes and all these good benefits that everyone loves. You know what I mean? Like, for example, Stunk, Zell, they love the fact that the taxes are lowered. They love the fact that they can go to these brothels, they can sleep, they can do whatever they want and just live a good life. And it's interesting to see that because it shows that this world, there's more layers to the world. Like, depending on who becomes the party in charge, things things can really change. And there's this demon party, right? And the demon party is trying to be runner-up, pretty much. They want to be the next party in charge. But the thing is, the demon race in this series does not get a lot of love. Which, to me, when I heard that, I was like, wait, I raised an eyebrow. I was like, wait, the demons don't get love? What? Aren't demons like the ones, like, when you think of, you know, seduction and all of that, or like succubus and all of that, you think of demons, don't you? Isn't that the first thing that comes to your head? But like, they had all these reasons to why like the demons are like top 5 species that are unattractive. And in this top 5 list, you have, I'm trying to remember it correctly, all I know is the first one on the list was the undead. So the undead were like the top 5 you wouldn't want to be in a relationship with. The undead, then you had the demons, then you had like fire people, so like the fire species, then you had the snow girls, like basically the snow people, and if I remember correctly, it was squid people or like lizard people. So pretty much those 5 are the top 5 species that no one wants to mingle with. So demons being on that list, a lot of people don't want to associate with the demons, or they don't like the demons and whatnot, and it makes it hard for them to campaign because people always have a bad outlook on the demons. So what happens is one of the demons wants to get, you know, Stunk and Zell to review the demon brothel, because since Stunk and Zell have this prestigious reviewing system of, you know, reviewing brothels, once they review a brothel, it becomes like really popular. Like the race gets a lot of they get a lot of recognition. And the way this demon dude is looking at it is like, if you guys review our demon brothel, you can get a lot of good publicity for us because your reviews are so popular throughout the city and a lot of people will talk about it, and this will help us be able to win the campaign. So you see that it's pretty solid right there. So it's like, oh, you review us and help us win this campaign. But you see, the thing with this though, about this situation is, it's not like Zell and Stunk were getting anything in return for this. It was like they were just doing a favor, you know what I mean? It's not like they were gonna get a profit or any money for their review, but more like, oh, just review for us, pretty much. So they didn't really have the entitlement to do it, but they were going to review it, which I think was the funniest thing in the world, because as they're going to review this demon brothel, they see these cowgirls with like these really enormous boobs, like really big, like these cowgirls, right? And they're passing by to like their own brothel, and then they like, the demon brothel is right there, then you have the cowgirls brothel. Right before they enter the demon brothel, they just make a like right and just go into the cowgirl brothel, and they never review the demon brothel, which I thought was very funny, because it's like, really, bro? I mean, like I said, they don't owe these guys a review. They don't owe them any reviews or anything of that sort. They just said we would do it and that's it. And you know, like I said, they weren't getting anything in return for it. But I just thought it was so funny because it's like, wow, they're really not gonna go to this demon place. Honestly, it made me curious because I too want to see what the demons are like. Like, why are the demons not getting respect out here? You know what I mean? Like, what are they doing? What are they doing bad? So I wanted to see. I was curious. That's what sums up this whole episode. We have it to where the demons they're not looked as good. Fairies, they can't take too big, and yeah. Oh man, you know, this is one of those animes, if you ask me, like, it's just like very unique and different. You know what I mean? It's like very, I don't know what the word to say for it. The only time I've ever felt this way of an anime was when Prison School aired. I don't know if you guys remember Prison School, but like Prison School gives me the same vibes of interspecies reviewers, due to the fact that when Prison School aired, it was doing things that weren't done before in anime, like showing things that wasn't shown in anime before. Like, it took things to a whole nother level, and I feel like interspecies reviewers is also doing the same thing, like taking things to an entirely different level. And I'm interested to see how it's gonna go. I'm interested to see how the episodes are gonna commence, how it's gonna keep us intrigued. And I really like how this episode, it showed us the review process. Like, last episode we just saw the reviews, we didn't really get to see the process of the reviews taking place, but like this episode they really went into detail with it, where the characters describe their experience and what they like, the pros and cons, and then they write down their review on it and whatnot. So I thought that was pretty cool. But overall, really enjoyable episode. I really like episode 2. Like, compared to episode 1, it's a pretty good, you know, second episode to come to. So yeah, I can't wait to see episode 3. If you made it to the end, you are amazing. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And peace!
Yo, hop out the bat, no backseat, I take the wheel, no taxi, I move too fast, can't catch me, She move too fast, she nasty, what? All of these niggas be the drag queens, bad things happen.